story for you. It's called Cinderella the Lost Mice. One clear winter night, the prince led Cinderella out to the balcony. "I have a surprise for you," he said, handing her a box. Inside was a beautiful new coat. "Oh, it's simply lovely," Cinderella explained. "Thank you." It was a pretty and thoughtful gift. The coat would keep her warm in the cold weather. The next morning, the princess showed up to her coast to Susie. "One of her mouse friends isn't the prince thoughtful?" Cinderella remarked. "Nicer, nicer." Susie explained. The coat sleeve felt warm and cozy, especially compared where the mice lived. A few minutes later, Jack and Gus went into Cinderella's room. It was been a chilly night in the attic, and mice were still shivering. "Cinderella, Cinderella," Jack called. He knew that if he told the princess how the attic was, she would do something about it. But she was rushing out to get dressed for a tea party, so she didn't hear her friend. Jack sighed. "It's too cold for mice to stay in the attic much longer." Cinderella was always been very kind to the mice, and Jack was sure she would want them to be warm. So he and Gus called the rest of the mice down from the attic. They sat in front of the blazing fire in Cinderella's room, but before long, they called paws and tails have warmed up, and teeth stopped shattering. They would stay in there till Cinderella got back. Soon, the new housekeeper came in to clean the room. When he saw the mice, she shrieked and she shooed them away. "Mice, you don't belong in the castle," she yelled. Now get out." The housekeeper didn't know the mice were Cinderella's friends. She chased them with a broom. They frightened the mice. He had no choice to scramble back up to the cold attic. Gus began to shiver as soon as the mice were safely upstairs. The mice really needed the princess' help, but how would they be able to speak to Cinderella when they are afraid to foot downstairs? Wham! Suddenly, the castle gardener barged through the attic door. Before the mice knew what was happening, he trapped them. "Now take them outside," they heard the housekeeper say. "Take them far away, so never return." Meanwhile, Cinderella's tea party had ended, and she and the prince were outside riding. Their horses trotted through the countryside. They saw Castle Gardener tending to something in one of the fields. "Hello," the prince called out. "It's too much cold to be working outside." But the gardener did not answer. The prince called him again, and still no reply. As they rode on, he said, "I can't believe I do not hear me. Why he won't answer?" "Perhaps we're lost in thoughts," Cinderella replied. Cinderella was right. The gardener had been trying to make a decision. He was about to let the mice go as the housekeeper he had ordered, but he was worried about them. He knew it was too cold outside. Finally, he decided to take the mice to the stables. And now, don't tell the housekeeper, he told the stable workers, but these poor mice need a warm place to stay and bite to eat. The mice were very grateful to their new friends. The mice nestled together in the barn, but as night approached, the stables got colder. Luckily, the horses were very friendly. They told the mice to snuggle in their manes to keep warm. "Sesama, Misa," said Gus. He drifted off to sleep. Later that night, back at the castle, Cinderella was starting to worry. She hadn't seen the mice that morning. Jack and Gus were nearly always came by in the evening. Cinderella was searching for the mice when she ran into the prince. "Why, hello," the prince said. "Are you looking for the same person I am?" "Why, no, I don't think so," Cinderella replied. "I am looking for the mice." "Ah," said the prince. "Well, I am looking for a new housekeeper. Apparently, she threw the mice out of the castle today." "Oh, no," Cinderella cried. "Poor dears, they will freeze outside." "Don't worry," the prince said. "The mice have found a new friend." He told Cinderella about what the gardener has done. Together, Cinderella went to the stables. They thanked the gardener and the stable workers. Then they gently woke the mice. "Cinderella, Cinderella," the mice shouted happily. Cinderella was relieved to see her little friend safe and sound. Through the stables had been nice. The mice and sound were glad to return to the castle. From then on, Cinderella made sure the mice had a warm place for their own in one of those main rooms in the castle. Few nights later, Cinderella and the prince threw a grand ball. The gardener was the guest of the honor. By then, the housekeeper had properly introduced the mice and all was well. As the guests twirled around in the dance floor, the mice celebrated the banquet of their own, warm and cozy as last. The end.